On Tuesday, March 18th, Telus announced a big partnership with tech giant and chip maker Nvidia. Telus says that it's working with Nvidia to build what it's referring to as a sovereign AI factory, and says that it is the first North American service provider to become an official Nvidia cloud partner. It sounds impressive, but what does it all mean? Let's break it down. The key points to know are this. The AI factory will be initially built in Quebec. Telus says it'll be on its pure fiber network and powered by 99% renewable energy. It'll also keep AI development within the country, hence the sovereign reference. The Quebec-based site is going to provide businesses with supercomputing power and the software they need to train AI models, while also ensuring data is secure and in compliance with regulations. Telus is also going to deploy NVIDIA's AI semiconductors in Quebec this summer, and it's going to expand that to Kamloops as well. So what are the main takeaways from this? So the launch of an AI factory is great news for the country, as it could mean more jobs related to AI. By keeping the data within the country's borders, that also means more control and less reliance on China or the US for this type of technology, which seems to be more imperative by the day given the ongoing trade wars. It doesn't, however, mean that Telus is suddenly turning into an AI company or that this will be a huge growth catalyst for the business. There were no dollar figures quoted in terms of what it may mean in terms of revenue for Telus, or also what it will cost the company. Ultimately, it makes for a great headline, but I suspect it'll be a minor or perhaps even negligible impact for the company. Telus is ramping up some data centers with AI chips and partnering with Nvidia on a new factory, which will likely cost a fair bit to set up, and whether it will pay off is a big question mark. It's a great sounding development, but it doesn't fundamentally change the investing thesis in Telus. You either like it because it's a solid telecom stock with a huge dividend yield and it offers lots of stability, or you aren't a fan of it because there isn't much growth. Last year, Telus' revenue totaled $20 billion and didn't show much change from the previous year. And despite the seemingly significant announcement, there wasn't much move in Telus' stock on the news. Even in after-hours trading on the New York Stock Exchange, barely any movement at all. That tells you a lot about how insignificant of an impact this is having on Telus investors. The bigger issue for Telus may have to do with inflation and interest rates. Inflation came in higher than expected for Canada recently, at 2.6% for February, and there are suggestions that it may pause rate cuts, at least temporarily due to this. Telus may benefit from lower interest rates because its debt can get a whole lot cheaper, plus it could make the stock a more attractive option for investors who want its high yield. If rates are low, that means returns will be lower, making Telus all that more enticing. So a pause in rate cuts is not great news for the stock. And over the past year, Telus' stock is down about 4%. It's trading at 30 times its trailing earnings, but that falls to a multiple of 21 when you're looking at forward earnings estimates. Although it may not seem like a terribly cheap stock based on those multiples, it is trading around multi-year lows. The big appeal in buying Telus' stock is for its dividend. It yields 7.4%. It's one of the best income generating stocks you can own on the TSX. And inside of a tax-free savings account where dividend income isn't taxable, this can be a good stock to buy and hold. The news relating to Nvidia isn't going to be a game changer for Telus or probably even much of a growth catalyst. If it was, there definitely would have been some references to revenue or profit projections in the news release. But even if it hasn't suddenly turned into a top AI stock, Telus can still make for a fairly safe dividend stock to hold in your TFSA for the long haul. What do you think of this deal, and are you buying Telus stock? Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and make sure to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.